problem that we have, and this comes up quite often when using samples, is that this is obviously a chord, and as we saw, the other chord in this sample wasn't quite right, and you can transpose this up and down up in any audio file, but the notes that are in that chord they're all gonna transpose by up or down by semitones at a time, and that's not always what you want, because you don't have full control over the chord structure. But there is a really good hack, a way around this, which I found out a while ago, and I've been using actually for a while. So what you can do, if I just get rid of these a second, I use a plugin called Melodyne, which is from a company called Melodyne, I think. And it's predominantly a vocal editing suite, which it's a very, very good one as well. I've got a really, really old version here, but what it does, well, let's just run it through it, and then you'll be able to see what it does. Just extend this loop a bit, hit the transfer button. Yes, so you see now it's split that that sample into separate notes. So what I can now do is just take these. I'm going to leave the root note there in D minor, and I'm going to delete these. And then if we listen back, so now I've got the sample, but I've got one single note. So if I just get rid of this, and I'm going to do a bounce in place. Actually, no, I'm going to bounce it to the bounces folder. So now I've got this as one single note. I'm going to just mute that off. So there's the original, and we'll pull up a sampler. Okay, so now I've got that as in my sampler. I'm going to change the key range here. So I've got full key range. And then I'm going to change the setup here to key track. And now I can play that sample chromatically. And we can create our own chord structure, which is great. So what we're doing is we're using a sample that we like, but we've taken out some of the information, and now we can create our own pattern with it, which I think is a great way of sampling, because again, you're taking sounds that everyone has access to, but you're doing your own thing with them. And I think that's the key thing with sampling. That's what you really want to be trying to do. I think so anyway. The negative side of this is that you can hear, if I listen to the original, where are we at? Just so we've lost, in the process of doing that, we've lost a little bit, or quite a lot of the, I guess, the sheen and the top end, the sparkle of the sound. I mean, it's not too bad, but I think that's the process. As I said, I'm using a very old version of Melodyne. I think it's version 2, and it's now up to version 5. So I'd assume that the newer versions have a sort of a stronger algorithm, and it might sound better, but it's all right. We've got the original there as a reference, so we can add EQ, we can add a bit of saturation, and we can try and get some of that character back in the sound later on.